Welcome, MJ, N2itiv Solutions. Okay, so we're going to talk today about three ways to really prevent your agenda from kicking your ass, for lack of a better word. And these are, like anything else, are things that I've learned from the mistakes that I've made and the lessons that I've learned during the course of making those mistakes, and some things that I learned from some other people along the way. So number one, when you make your agenda, okay, and when you go into your agenda today, I want you to tackle the most important, hardest tasks first. You know, a lot of people think that, okay, let me build a little momentum and get the little knickknacks out of the way, and then I'll eventually get to the real hard stuff. I completely disagree with that. I tried it for a long time. It didn't work because what happens is most of the time you do those little knickknacks, those small tasks, and you never get to those important tasks. You just put them off. It's an excellent way of procrastinating. So if you think of it like lifting weights, if you lift a very, very heavy weight and then try to lift a lighter weight after that, it's like a feather. It becomes weightless. So tackling the most challenging parts of your agenda is really going to make everything else just fly. And it's a way of beating procrastination. Two, most people, including myself, make lists or have made lists in a linear fashion, whether they be just a whole laundry list of things that you have to do, or bullet points, or whatever it is. And I actually made a list about end of last week, that kicked my ass, because I made a list and I woke up in the morning, and when I went and saw that list, it kicked me in the behind so much that I just walked away and I couldn't do it. And I knew what I was doing wrong, and this is what I'm getting at. A linear list, if go to YouTube and put in mind mapping, okay, and you'll understand why making a linear list does not work. Because our minds don't go this way and follow a linear path. They go like this. They go very similar to a tree with branches as far as our trains of thought. So if we're making a linear list, we don't have the connectivity as far as our brains don't work to follow that type of list. So we really go from a general point and then a general purpose, and then the things that will enable us to achieve whatever it is we're doing. Like, let me give you an example. So if I were to say, okay, I'm looking to raise X amount of dollars. Okay, that could be that base of the tree. And then a branch could be like, okay, well, I guess I need to write a business plan in order to raise the money. So that's like one branch. And then it kind of branches off to, okay, well, I don't know how to write a business plan, so I need to I need to find people that know how to write business plans, or I need to download a software that gives me a template. So everything goes along a train of thinking and kind of goes this way as opposed to that way. So put in mind mapping in YouTube or Google mind mapping, and it's just a very profound way to explain how the brain works, so that way the brain works for you as opposed to against you. And the third thing is, I used to have a friend of mine that used to say, MJ, look at things this way. And used to tip his head. And, it was a joke. But what he was doing was changing his perspective. So despite the fact that he was a joke and we were maybe 12, okay, or 15 or whatever it is, when people are able to change their perspective and look at a problem or issue from a different perspective and walk away and come back, oftentimes you have a clarity that you didn't see beforehand. So if your agenda is kicking you in the behind, take a walk, take a break for a few minutes, come back with more of a refreshed attitude, and it should give you a different viewpoint on whatever problem or issue you're trying to tackle. So those are 3 things that I want you to keep in mind for today. So with that being said, have a great day, and we'll talk later.